entered, like out of like context.
What? You cut out.
Oh, so it's like you enter just the word bussy over what I'm saying out of context, like ad lib.
That's good. I appreciate you clearing that up because I wasn't recording before, but I was for that.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Glad to have everybody here.
Got me a new text tone.
Hello.
Um, hello, hello. So last week we started the prologues for everybody. I appreciate everybody's patience dealing with all the ums and the uhs and pulling up all the pictures for everybody. But we got through it. A lot of fun. We got to see where Shanister came from. We got to see where Alistair came from, and Kadim and Ezekiel and his buddy Booker. Tonight we're going to start off things with our fifth and final prologue, and then we're going to see where y'all meet from there. So on the map of where everybody's at, and I gave a little hints to where everybody started off. There is a little area to the south of Strixhaven called the Paradox Gardens. Paradox Gardens are just what you'd expect for a very nice forest that's just not touched by a lot of humanity. Very lush. Not to the same as like an Amazon, but just a lot of life. A lot of organisms, a lot of moss, a lot of uh, critters and creatures just everywhere. And in that paradox garden, there is an elder oak. This elder oak goes by the name of Hope, and Hope is calling out to one of her favorite beings that she's known for this person's life, and you can hear in the distance, "Valen, where's my Valen at?" And then you see through the forest, uh, Kalina's character. So tell me about your character, Kalina.
Okay, let me post the picture. Okay, so uh Phelan is a like am I gonna slaughter this college star? Is that how they're pronounced?
Dollar Star. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Um and she is about 5'5", has shoulder length white hair, and you'll notice that her eyes also there's no color to them. It you would expect her to be blind because there's not like any sign of color, but she still can focus when she looks at stuff. And her clothes are just very like layered and billowy, like they seem to almost be moving on their own. And she approaches the tree. Yes, did you need something?
Well, I was just wanted to give you something special, and right there, and then like her eyes like look to to the near the roots of her. Right there's my little tree purse. Can you grab the stuff in there for me? And it's a little cranny. Like you can obviously see there's stuff in there, like that's not hidden very well, but um, there's some stuff for you to pick up. And she's like, That's for you. Pick them up."
I don't know. Last time I did this, something bit me.
"Oh, don't worry. There's nothing that bites you down there. Trust me, Phelan, this is something I've wanted to give you for a while."
Like,
She yeah, she'll reach down and into the tree first.
So what you see in this little area under the root is your Strixhaven acceptance letter. That was something that I got to tease everybody with. It's in the shape of a nice little paper owl. It's not opened yet. Um, you also see in there something very familiar. It's a familiar sweet that you notice in the forest. It's a very sweet, minty kind of like root that it's almost like it's like a chewing kind of like thing that you just kind of chew on it, kind of activates like a sweet mint flavor, and she just hands them to you. There's something very special for you in there. Open the letter.
She sticks the chewing root in her mouth while she opens up the letter.
You know what that means, Phelan? You've been invited to Strixhaven. You know what Strixhaven is?
This was where my brother went.
It was where Felix went. Oh, I knew this day would come, and I'm so excited for you. I made sure that you were going to get this letter. The Oracle was very excited to see you, and I'm sure everybody at Witherbloom and everywhere else. I'm just so tickled for you. You're going to get to interact with people. That's just so exciting. You're always doing your own thing.
Well, that's because the dead are just so much more interesting than people.
Have
Could
you
you tell?
gotten?
Fair?
Well, dead and alive, very interesting individuals. Absolutely. Well, I'm sure you're probably going to meet a lot of interesting dead people too. And she's just kind of looking like side to side, like. Well, listen, I know how you feel about old Felix, and it's very good that you're getting to go out there and interact with everybody that he interacted with. There's one individual that I'm very close with. It's Dina the Soul Steeper. Her name is Dina, Dina. She's a Witherbloom student and knew your brother Felix, if you didn't know how to spell it.
Oh, thank you. I haven't gone to public school yet, so I didn't know how to spell it.
Oh, and there's one more thing down there. And there's like a campus brochure, like the one that Chanister got. It's like the colorful map of everything that, like the Pigeon Forge brochure. And there's the map. You know what's everything at Strixhaven, where to go.
She's like examining the map. How exactly am I supposed to get there again?
Oh, don't you worry. I've made arrangements for you, and there's going to be a boat on the coast. And that boat is going to take you on a nice scenic route, and then from there, it's going to be a very fair carriage ride. That's accompanied from the school. So
You're so resourceful for a tree.
well. Thank you. I've got many rings under my belt, if you know what I mean. Because I'm a
The second you said that, she goes, "Oh, that's very funny." Just deadpan face.
Oh, that's
That's
so fun.
interesting.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh, pulled my mom. Like that's something my mom does that cracks me up. She's, oh, that's so funny, Thomas. And like there's no laugh. I'm like, thanks, mom. It was funny, right? That was great. This is hysterical.
But it was funny, huh?
So at this point, Hope is her branches start to kind of like stiffen a little bit, and she says, Phelan, I just think it's the greatest thing seeing you grow up in this forest, and oh, while I will miss you, do remember me, and I'll remember you and Felix.
Well, I mean, it's not like you're going anywhere. I'm sure I'll come back.
Absolutely, and I will be here. And at that point, she just kind of like goes into a little slumber. She's like, "All right, bitch, I'm taking a nap." And at that point, there is a spirit. It's kind of like a kind of like a satyr, a satyr, a
Mhm.
satyr. Yeah, so kind of like a spectral satyr. You can see with your ability. That's clopping up. I guess that's the word.
Often.
It's a
I'll
ghost
take
that
you
can
where you need
float.
to go.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Right this way. And then not a very long walk to the coast, but then once you get to the coast, um there's the port where obviously you see a lot of fishing boats and stuff, but there's a bigger boat, one that starts to have a good variety of different like individuals and different races, all sorts going onto the boat, and you can see that they've got like some letters and books, and it's familiar enough for you to tell that this is the boat that's going to get you to the school. That looks like your boat, Phelan.
Oh, well, I appreciate your help.
Oh, you're more than welcome. All right, hope the seas are good to you. And then little spiritual satyr just kind of satyrs on away.
Satyrs on a way.
Just fades out. The gif of the kid that does a peace sign and
Yeah.
disappears.
Satyr. Um, so at this point, your character gets on the boat. It's a pretty packed boat. I mean, this is not just year one students. These are year two, three, and four students as well. And I kind of wish the map made a little bit more sense because looking at it, it's like the boat's just it's gonna get there. It would have made a little bit more sense to get you through the just straight up through the forest and whatnot. Let's see here, pulling up another picture. And while you're on this boat, you notice some students that are excited, that are nervous um, about their semester, and you kind of notice a little bit of a rustle in a couple of them, where you hear them talk, kind of whispering. It's like, "Did you hear about that Master Ambrose guy? Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he's not teaching this year. Are you kidding me?" So you kind of hear some whisperings about an Ambrose individual, but doesn't really have much relativity. And then you in this ride you get to see a little bit of Detention Bog, which Detention Bog is an extension of Strixhaven. It's where obviously is detention, and it's kind of like a swampland. It's very swampy, very like water to the knees. You kind of go through there, see a little bit of the boat ride, and then during the evening, you're expected to arrive in the morning. Do you do anything in the evening on the boat?
No, I will note though that she probably is making everybody around her extremely uncomfortable because she just like stares into space a lot and like has this weird tilt of her head while she's just staring into space.
Like a dog when it like tilts and
So then there's gonna be a couple students that kind of looking at her and talking. It's like, who's that? And then someone's like, I don't know. Like, does anybody know who that is? Like, you can kind of hear them um, talking about you. Um, if you want to, you can attempt to see if there's any spirits on the boat.
uh,
Um,
yeah, I'll look just to see if there's any of them to talk to freak them out more.
there is one. He is like he thinks he's scrubbing the floor, and he's about maybe 5 feet from you, just scrubbing, and he just doesn't stop.
She turns to look at him, so to everybody else, she's just looking at the air. Oh, you're doing such a good. Well, you missed that spot right there, and that
Oh, I
one.
did. Oh my gosh. What? You saved me?
Uh, yes.
He's just like frightened. It's like, oh, and he just continues like scrubbing. It's like, I don't see you. I don't see you. I'm just gonna keep scrubbing.
Well, that's rude. I was just trying to point out the spot you missed.
I just don't normally like. I just speak with people that are dead. This
How do
is
you know
weird.
I'm not dead?
You're not. I've never seen you before.
Well, that doesn't mean I'm alive.
He gets up on his feet and he's like cracking his back. He's like, that's a fair point. Are you alive or dead?
I don't know.
Well, my name's Mott. I'm just gonna keep on scrubbing the floor. Kind of what
Okay.
I've been doing. But thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Strixhaven, right? That's where the boat's going.
That's what they told me.
Well, hope y'all have a grand time there. I've never been myself.
You just been on this boat?
Yeah, I was on the boat until the day I died. It was a bad day. Mutiny.
Oh, does that happen often?
No, just the one time. And at this point, everybody's looking at you.
She's like not paying any attention to anybody
No.
else looking at her. She's like, oh, and you missed this spot over here too. This
Oh,
your one
I
job as a
missed so
ghost.
I missed so many spots.
She's kind of an ass.
She's like, I better get back to scrubbing. The funny
Okay.
thing is about mutiny. It doesn't happen until it does.
Oh, so
What
true.
what a profound thought.
I'm just all full of profound thoughts. And he just keeps scrubbing like frantically. Like for some reason, he's just like scrubbing even more frantically, kind of like an OCD kind of frantic.
Well, have fun.
And then at that point, he just kind of does his thing, and then the couple of students or the people going to Strixhaven are like just they're not even like their mouths are dropped. They're like And so the evening goes on, and the boat makes its way to Strixhaven. And so your character is actually the first character that we're going to have arrive. So you does your character have pretty good how does she sleep? Pretty much throughout the night, or not at all, or
Oh, she sleeps like the dead. Once she's out, she's gone.
okay.
Like so much that you're not sure if she's still breathing.
Same.
And then so the next as the sun rises, you're not sure what time it is, but you start to hear some yelling from the top of the boat. Strixhaven, board, Strixhaven, stop, hurry, and everybody starts to kind of funnel out. Like you can tell, there are some that are still waking up, and there's some that just didn't really sleep well, and they're ready, but they're probably a little sleep deprived, and some people are just ready to get off. Your character is definitely one of the last to get off. You start hearing the yelling continuing. Everybody off, and they're looking around, and they see you, and they walk over you. Wake up!
She like slow stretches. Are we there?
Boat's arrived, man. Last
She,
stop, Strixhaven.
she like slowly gets out of bed. Okay, I'm ready.
Hope it's a smooth ride for you. Enjoy your time.
Mm-hmm. She like wanders up and out the boat.
All right, so character
Almost
comes off the
skipping.
boat. La da 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 do. So we arrive at the entrance, and I have kind of like a picture of what looked like the common square, like the grand entrance that people kind of are gonna funnel in for the meeting of like the teachers and the speech and everything to kick things off for the tour. And I'm gonna post that in the Discord now.
I'm pinning the big map so that we can get to them. If there's anything you want anybody to like have easy access for a picture, just let me know and I'll pin it with them.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
So one big feature in Strixhaven is the arch. So you see the rocks that are kind of like creating this little arch in different shapes and sizes. That's kind of like a big prominent feature of Strixhaven. It's something that they kind of use to identify their central hub area, and just a cool architectural design that they have. But um, you notice that, and as you start to walk off the boat, you you start noticing that there are some faculty members that are kind of like escorting everybody. Welcome everybody, this way, and they're just using their hands. They don't have the things like airplanes, but they're practically doing that with their hands, just like this way. And you just start seeing people kind of line up, um, in like not technically like line, but like in a group. So then your character arrives and is right there, and that's good. That's pretty much your prologue. You just kind of got your prologue meshed in with the introduction of everything, but
Hell yeah.
there you go. And at this point, um, nothing has yet started, but you can tell this is the first uh, uh, cluster of people showing up. Um, at this point, we see Shanister escorting, or sorry, Fane escorting Shanister out through the halls. Shanister, are you excited? Today's the big day, love.
Extremely excited.
You've been sleeping all right, I hope.
Quite well.
It's got to be better than the jungles. Not very many leaves. That's the way I like it.
And far less dangerous.
Now, Shanister, the way that today's going to work, baby, you're going to go over there, and we're going to get everybody grouped up, and we're going to have the grand old tour. I know you've had a couple little areas that you've gotten to see, but today's going to be the great reveal of Strixhaven. You're going to love it.
Very well.
Do you got any questions for me?
When do we start learning magic?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's your first day of class. And here's what we've got for you. I'll give you a little sneak peek, little sneaky peeky. So your first day is going to be culinary with Master Guillaume. Then you're going to have mythology with the flamer-head of Plog. And then the third class is going to be anatomy and physiology with Professor Roxa. He's the bear.
There's a bear.
He's a bear.
What is
Don't.
a bear?
And then he describes Professor Roxa in his grizzly form and his robes and attire. He doesn't have a picture, but he describes what bears look like.
Tom, describe to me
He's
what a bear looks like.
He's a grizzly feature. He's got big old brown hair, big old snout. If you tell him that he's a bear or remind him that he's a bear, he's gonna growl at you. He's a very kind guy. He's a very patient soul.
He's a very kind guy.
Noted.
And you'll get to see him soon enough. You'll probably get to see him in the tour today. But today's the day for celebration, Shanister. You are one of the lucky that get to learn at Strixhaven. And walk with me this way. I'll show you where to wait. And so we walk to the area where Phelan's at. Students take notice of Shanister. There's some talk where everybody's like kind of like waiting and just kind of waiting, killing time. That stops. There's some silence, and you can hear Fane and Shanister walking. Fane says, "Oh, don't pay no mind to them."
I do not worry about the minds of sheep.
Bye, indeed.
He just wants to make a friend. He doesn't know how to talk to people. Leave him alone.
So do all the MAGA hat wearing dudes.
Alone.
Wake up, sheeple.
Oh, he didn't mean sheep like that. He just meant weak people.
That's what they
And
mean
then
like that.
I should have made him a trumper though.
No. No.
You guys believe in the moon.
Fane
Poppycock.
Fane walks with Shanister over to Phelan. I love how you doing today.
She like
To
has
Phelan.
that
Yeah.
weird tilt to her head because she's just been staring off at what appears to be nothing, and then she like slow turns her head. Oh, hello.
I'm Fane the Broker, and what is your name?
Phelan.
Phelan, that's a pretty name, love. Phelan, I'm going to bring over one of your one's excited students here, Shanister. Shanister, I want you to come over here with Phelan and wait for everybody to start the day.
Yeah, he'll walk over.
She's just staring. Like
Shanister, Phelan, Shani.
And
Shy.
Please don't do that.
why do your eyes glow? Are you seeing something strange?
Most certain.
I see strange things all the time.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and
Accurate.
you'll probably get to see me when you come across the Silverwood campus. I'll wave at you. I'll make sure you know I know you see you. Turtles, and he just kind of like walks off and waves it back. His little like inkling buddy waves back as well.
It's just very ever so slightly. Shanister's shoulders like drop a little bit in relief. He's gone. Like Phelan may be the only one that notices being that close because he doesn't want to like show that he had anything there, but just that little bit of
I can breathe now.
like a real big exhale, like, ooh.
if his species could sigh, it would have.
So the students that are kind of around you all that came off the boat are starting to kind of create these little like pockets of conversation where some of them are breaking off in little chunks of like 4 or 5, and they're almost in a way kind of like creating their own group. They're just kind of like enjoying the conversation they're having with other people, and then you start to notice this individual that's trying to get everybody's attention, and it's the Oracle. The Oracle walks up and in a certain way has a way of elevating her voice without having to use any like microphone or anything, and she just speaks up. She goes, "Hello, my year ones. How are you today?" And everybody kind of like stops because they don't know. Like some people don't know who she is. Some people know that she's the Oracle. She's a big deal, and she's met with a very small amount of reception, like hi or hello. Like there's a little bit of nervousness. There's no need to be nervous. I am the Oracle Yazdi. Welcome to your first year of Strixhaven. And everybody kind of gives her a little bit of an applause. Now I'm going to be going over a couple things with you for this tour. If you have any questions, hold on to them when your tour guide is assigned to you. First things first, stay in your group. I do not allow people going off by themselves. I don't like it.
I don't like change.
In the moment, I thought, like, I was like, I delivered the line. I'm like, damn, I think of fucking Stewie now.
I don't like this.
First things first. Another thing, we are going to be introduced to the library first and the eatery. There will be food provided for breakfast and rations for lunch. You will be fed, trust me. And today, now we get to introduce the Strix of Strixhaven, Mavinda. And then Mavinda, you see this like what looks like a cool ass air show of like Mavinda and Owlin just kind of creating this like very curvy, like eloquent flying from the sky. You don't even it catches the whole like kid like all the students off guard, and they come in and they just kind of like come down and just very eloquently fly down with Mavinda kind of leading the pack, and you see a bunch of Owlin, um, much like all the other students, just ready to roll.
Yeah.
How's my Mavinda doing? Or how's my Yazdi doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Mavinda. Hello, honey childs. And then Mavinda just very boisterous introduces everybody. Students, I'd like you to meet the Owlin of Strixhaven. Owlin, introduce yourselves. And then all the Owlin are like bowing and like very courteous, and Alistair is obviously one of them. Now, I want y'all to know that today, when you all in your groups, there will be an Owlin with each of y'all, watching the skies and learning with y'all. And it's very important that we respect our fellow students and fellow Owlin. And she looks at her Owlin and is like, and same for you all. And she gives Oracle Yazdi a hug, and it's like, it's so good seeing you, Yazdi. We're gonna have a good tour today. And she starts telling like very like you can't hear, but she's telling people where to go, like the groups. And she looks at Alsteria. She goes, Alsteria,
Yes.
I got just the group for you, honey. And she points over at the dynamic duo of Phelan and Chester. Now
Okay. Well,
I want you to look over them, and remember, if you get tired, drink that coffee.
I'm always tired, Mavinda, especially when in the presence of someone with so much energy like yourself. I'm gonna go join these. Bye, Mavinda. And she just kind of like beelines away from her.
She's gonna relate as fuck to Blake's character now because they both have been around high energy people.
Yeah.
Right. And she just kind of makes her way over and like, hello. I've been assigned to tour and be a part of your group. My name is Alisteria.
Oh, I'm Phelan, and I've already forgotten this one's name.
Aniston.
Sinistar?
Cinnabon?
That's where it came from. Janice.
Mr. Glowy Eyes.
Hmm.
Mavinda looks over, making sure everybody's been assigned. All right, looks like all my Owlin children have been assigned. Mavinda out, y'all. If you need me, you know where my nest is, honey. And she just flies off.
Alistair is just kind of like,
Oh, you have one too.
I live with her.
Hmm. Mine keeps crawling into my room
Oh,
just to hang out.
you might want to report that to someone. That doesn't seem like it's a very good situation.
Oh, the ghosts come in my room all the time. Is that not normal?
His wasn't a ghost.
Also, what?
Like it doesn't even faze her that she said the ghost. She's like, but
Oh,
he
you're
was a
talking
ghost.
about alive people. Never mind.
Never mind.
At this moment, you start hearing a very faint thud. Oh, did you say, Blake?
No, he literally just went.
I love it. I love the huh.
All right. So at this point, you start hearing a very faint thud that starts to grow, much like a homegirl in Jurassic Park with the Jello. Um, you- and that thud grows and grows and grows, and then Orquigazzi, everybody looks at her because they're like, "What's going on?" It sounds like Plarg is here. Constructs. And you see Plarg and Hoffrey just kind of like moving forward, and they've got these constructs like lined up. Now they are lined up very much soldier like. Um, just they've got the orders, they understand the assignments. And then Plarg steps up. Plarg steps up next to Orko Yazdi. Master Yazdi. And Orko's like, I'll have a word with you later. Yes, Orko. Students, my name is Master Plarg. And I'm Hoffrey. What we've brought you today are constructs. Does anybody know anything about constructs? And y'all have an option to raise your hand if you want. If y'all don't, I'll have an NPC raise their hand.
Blake, you don't want to be the know-it-all?
He's lived in a jungle with snake people. He has no fucking clue.
So
Alistaria knows because she like her whole thing is to watch over the school, but she is going to be that person that does not want to answer a question to save her life. She
If
is
you all
going
don't
to divert her eye contact and just nope.
here's the fun thing. If y'all don't answer any questions, I'm just gonna have random NPCs with random voices answer them. Which I have a feeling might happen quite often.
I'm into that. I'm gonna purposely not answer anything now.
Yeah, you've just screwed yourself. Nobody's going to want to say
Mhm.
anything else.
You see like this little tiny, like very tiny student answer their hand like, they rock people.
Right, people.
They do what to people?
How
You're
strange.
right. You're right, little one. They are rock people. They're constructs. They protect and serve and are vessels of history. They are very much enriched into Strixhaven's years, and
So they're the help.
they are the help. But they are also the learner.
Mm.
See, inside that construct, little young one, there is a life, and that life, much like you, is here to learn, here to protect, and here to live. And then he makes a noise, constructs. Rah! He just makes like a guttural noise, and and they all go like, huh! Like that guy.
Go on, Trevor.
Come on, Trevor.
Ha.
Um, at this moment, you see the he gives orders for the constructs to assign to a group, much like the Owlin. But he goes over to Kadim specially. Kadim, I know you're going to
Yes.
do great. I'm so excited for you. And he points over to a group specifically, and that's the group with Alistaria, Shanastar, and Phelan. Go over with that group. I see good things with them.
So you see his head, which is it almost looks like it's completely detached from the rest of the body. It's very different looking. It's not made of stone. It's actually like a sort of a tarnished bronze, like head of a hawk. It turns towards the group, and the eyes just like light up and almost shoot like a little scanner over them, like yeah, yeah. And he's like, affirmative. And I'll start, I guess, making my way over to them if that's what I am commanded to do.
And then so Kadim knows about the tour. He knows what the tour is part of. So he's been kind of given this like layout of how everything's going to happen. Um, and just for context, Trevor, it's just going to each one. So uh, if you need me to elaborate more, just send me a message, okay?
Okay.
And at that point, progressively throughout the introduction of the Allen and the construct, there have been people that kind of funneling through by land, the chair, like through different carriages and whatnot, um, and these large multi-person carriages. At that point, the faculty start to make their way, and I'm not gonna send you guys like a shit ton of pictures. I'm just gonna let you know, like, there are some
Some folk.
merfolk. There's merfolk. Um, see the Fane come back, and then you see Clark and Hoffrey. They're all kind of creating this line of like an introductory welcome for the faculty, and then you start seeing a
There's a
couple.
cat.
There's a cat. That's a backseat. Um, and as these this group of faculty come out, that consists of senior students and teachers, Okoyasu makes another announcement. As prepared for today, there will be one faculty member or one senior student to be your guide today. They know Strixhaven in and out, as this will be their final year. It makes them so happy to be part of your first year and for you to be part of their final year. And at this point, she she disperses them all, and you start to see this druid walking to you all, and she's very, I'm not going to say energetic, but she's trying to make a great impression. She's trying to be comforting. um she walks up and starts saying hello. She goes, well, hi Shug, my name is Dina, nice to meet you all, everybody. And she shakes everybody's hands, and I'm sending a picture of Dina right now. I know y'all are nervous, and that's totally understandable. We're going to take this nice and slow today. We're not going to be in any hurry. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just let me know, Shug, okay?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
How many students have died on this campus?
Oh, that's an odd question to ask. She's very nervous to answer that. There have been some unfortunate deaths. It's a very old school. Um, Not that I can think of recently, though.
Oh, you just don't have like a number or anything memorized?
No, I don't keep track of the amount of deaths that happen on campus, but maybe the Biblioplex? She points at where we're going to start the tours.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they know? Hmm. And she's not really formally met anybody else, even though Shanister's been on the campus a little bit and Alistaria watches, so she introduces to everybody. And then, she's introducing to Phelan. It's like, I'm Dana, nice to meet you. She holds her hand out for a handshake.
She like stares at the hand for a minute, and then she just like takes her hand with both of her hands and just does one really like overly aggressive shake and then lets go.
Oh, well, that's a firm grip you got there. Thank you very much. And she puts a hand out for Shanster. Name's Dana.
Danistar, it is a pleasure to meet you, Dina. And he'll
Pleasure's
take her
all mine.
hand, and then do a little bow as he does it.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very formal of you there. And what is your name, Alan?
Hello, my name is Alistaria. You're welcome to call me Allie. And she holds out her little hand and she says, I'm not used to seeing the campus from the inside. I'm used to seeing it from the outside.
I think the most nervous students often are the Outland. I think they feel like they're only allowed up there, but we're so glad to have you. And she just has this like her eyes are just so like you can tell there's some genuine happiness there, and kind of feels for you a little bit. Well, I think we've got a nice little group here. Let's get going. And then at that point, she's interrupted by this carriage with these two black horses. Um,
You better have Starbucks, Mike. I swear to God.
this chariot is banged up, yo. It is like, gosh, the car from The Hangover. Like,
Oh my god.
Chang pops out of the trunk.
Jane pops I mean, the wheels are crickety. The horses like just plop down out of exhaustion. And then Dina looks over and she this is like coming very close. And she thought that all the students had arrived or everybody was there, just kind of going through the formality. And you guys see this butler hop off the chariot, and he just brushes so much dust off of him, and he he gets some twigs out of his hair. And he's like, and he opens the door, and the door falls off. Master, we've made it.
Kind of see like the ash of a fucking like essentially you see a roach flick out. Oh, oh, it's much smaller than I thought it'd be.
Well, I hope the ride wasn't too bumpy for you.
It just looks at the wheels. Smooth as silk. You did great. Good luck getting back.
Master, maybe I'm the one who owes you a tip. And I don't know if you've noticed that the coin that he was rubbing in your prologue, that coin he hands to you.
Why are you tipping
And
me?
well, I'm tipping you for being such a good sport and showing me a good time on this ride. And well, to be honest, I owe you that and more. But that coin doesn't belong to me; it belongs to you, old sport.
What's so special about this coin? I look at it.
So you look at it, and it actually has the it's much bigger and much thicker than just a regular gold piece. It has a design on it that let's see here. How should I say this? It's not like a family crest, but it has the graving of Embros on it. It has your name on it. And then as you look at it, it has like a little bit of a tarnish to it. Like it's got some wear, it's got some cracks on it, and it says Embros on both sides. And then Booker continues to tell you, that's the coin that your grandfather Lou gave me to hold on to over the years. He never told me what the coin was for, but he said to pass it down to his true blood. That's you.
You kept it from my father?
Yes. Your father didn't want it.
Good man. All right. Well, and it just kind of like shakes his hand. He's like, looks around and just sees is just everyone here left in a huddle.
Yeah, everybody's starting to make their way through the tour. Oracle Yazdi, wishes everybody well. I wish everybody well. She says that while y'all are like, getting to know each other, and she just kind of like nopes on out of there. And then you see various students and senior students, teachers grouping up, and they're all like making their way through the campus.
Making the way.
So it's just you all making the way.
Where do we put the bags?
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'll take care of that. And then
You
he
could give
starts
it to the help.
So
Pointing
it
at
begins.
Pointing at Kadeem.
I'll take care of that. Looks like there's your group right there. And he just points over at Dina, Shanister, Alistaria, Kadim, Phelan.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
This entire time, Phelan has been doing her weird stare at Kadim. Like the entire time she's just been staring at him. And then she just goes out of nowhere and she goes, "Why do you smell so much like death?"
He's going to turn his head like completely sideways while his body is standing straight forward and say, "I was freshly excavated from a tomb."
Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. So you were surrounded by a lot of dead bodies?
That's correct.
Hmm. She kind of like tilts her head to the side a little more, almost trying to mimic it.
His eyes are gonna glow and just stare intensely back at you, just trying to scan over you to see like what's going on.
Your sensors just say weird.
Yeah. And then he'll just turn back to face, I guess, Ezekiel, who he sees heading this way. Is that our last one?
Dina's like, "It is now, Shug." And then just looks over at Ezekiel. "Welcome to the group, hon."
Oh, hello.
You're a
Greetings.
little late. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Trevor.
I was just saying greetings.
You're a little late to the party, but that's okay. So what we're about to do is to have the tour of Strixhaven and get to know your fellow students here. This is your group that you're going to be touring with today, and myself included.
Oh. When do we graduate?
Oh, it takes some time, hun. I'm on my year to graduate.
Oh. He's ripping down. He's like, oh no.
Disappointment.
And then Booker's over there just kind of like looking at the group and he's like, "Best of luck, Master Ezekiel."
It's just like, oh, don't leave me. Don't leave me here.
Please come back.
He's like, no, I did my time.
So, just in case anybody's curious, so the weather is nothing short of delightful with clear skies, climate friendly environment. That's just a note I read like verbatim from my paper. But also, um, the first place that we're going to is the Biblioplex. So the Biblioplex is the library. We're gonna say that you all walk because of Kadim and his weight, because he's a statue.
Are you calling
And
him fat?
he
Kadim, lose
called him,
weight.
technically, he called himself fat because I was going to put him on that carriage.
Yeah, I think, let's see, I weigh 302 pounds.
Man, maybe I should.
How tall are you?
I am 6'6".
God damn.
You 50.
I'm
Yep.
huge.
Can I just ride on Kadim's shoulder?
You probably could. You could try.
Dude, that's my first time you get to say that. Oh my gosh, you can most certainly try.
Yeah. Roll athletics to climb that mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know that I trust that. She's looking at him though like she's thinking about it. Because it's more just like one of those things where she wants to know what he sees up there.
How's the weather up there?
If I notice you eyeing me, I'll turn to you and say, Phelan, you look as if you have a question or a concern.
Not so much a question or a concern. I'm mostly just wondering, how tall are you?
I am 6 feet tall and 6 inches.
She's just still staring. She doesn't say anything just yet, but there's gears turning.
Now, comparatively, how tall is Phelan?
She's like 5'4".
Gotcha.
How tall is
Yeah.
everybody else?
I can tell you.
Because I don't
For
know how
Dina.
tall Alan are actually. Are they
Yeah, I don't
like
either.
regular people height?
Well, it says that they can be small or medium, and I chose medium, but I don't exactly know.
Yeah, that would be
Roughly the size of a human.
regular people height.
Okay, I'm gonna just say she's like 5'5".
I don't think you're too far off on that. There's stats for Alan in here. One moment.
Part of me really wanted to make her like small size, and I just imagine her being this tiny little bird, like itty bitty.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
Right.
A hoot hoot.
A hoot hoot.
Hoot hoot.
Yeah, dude, I'll find it. I'm not gonna derail though.
You good? I was just curious.
We're just gonna say
So
5'5".
yeah, we'll say Dina's probably on the lower end of 5 foot. All right, well, y'all follow me. We're gonna go ahead and start with the biblioplex, and that's when y'all start to go through this beautiful, like well groomed outdoor, like the bushes, the hedges, and the arches. It's just all very unique. It's not something you see anywhere. Um, as you all start to walk towards the biblioplex, there's a big bridge. I think I sent this picture in our chat a couple nights ago, or several nights ago. But it's a long bridge. It's kind of intimidating. It's not like it's very narrow, but it has no rails, and you can kind of see pretty far down. So, um, watch your all steps. This walk just never gets easy on me. She stays very center.
Because she
When y'all
can.
get, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was about to say because she can fly. Alstaria's just gonna be like teetering on the edge, like like 1 foot in front of the other, like playfully, just because I mean, if she falls, she can just.
Oh, I know you have wings, but that makes me so nervous.
She'll just start hopping on 1 foot to make her even more nervous. Like,
Well, while we're getting there, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know one big rule about the biblioplex. Y'all will need to remember, being year one students. You can no books that you check out can leave the biblioplex until they've been cleared by the year one teachers. This means you can only access information before or after class. So if you find the itch for knowledge, there's some restrictions there.
Affirmative.
And then y'all enter the biblioplex. It is large. It's Breakfast Club times like 5 in that library. It's got multiple floors. It's got automatons that are like bringing books to students, and these automatons have big old wheels that they segue through and just bring books. And
How long have I been on mute?
A while. We've just all been decidedly ignoring you. We messaged each other and said, "Hey, let's ignore Blake." Teehee.
No, it's understandable. No, so all I said that was of any note was that Shannistar's 6'3", and when you
Damn.
said that we couldn't take the books, except he just goes, "So this is a prison."
No, Shanister, this is not a prison. This is just to make sure that all of our amazing books don't get in the wrong hands, and make sure that we keep everything accountable. There's just so much here, and it's hard to keep track of everything.
Are there any library ghosts?
Yeah, there are some former what look to be like faculty members or teachers that are they're just trying to find books, like they're at McKay's. They're like, where's this at? And they're just looking and they can't find it.
Yeah. So to everybody else, like, Faye just looks like she's staring off into space, but she's just specifically watching these little library ghosts.
This is impressive, but nothing like the library we had back home. It was lost a long time ago.
You lost a library.
I did not lose it. The library was lost to time and violence.
So it was destroyed.
That is correct.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but it gets me
I just
every time.
The
Then just I think it's because I do that a lot. Like I'm just
Now tell me, are any of y'all big bookworms? Do y'all like to read?
I like to read every once in a while. But I tend to like to be very secluded when I read so that I can focus. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out if I can't leave the bibliotex with a book.
Dina kind of chuckles. She goes, I got a funny story for you, Suge. I got to tell you this. So the first year, I was the same way. I just wanted to go back to my room and crawl in my covers, just read a book. I didn't want to interact with anybody. The fun thing about this library, it's so big, you can find a little nook and cranny anywhere, and just kind of escape. And then she kind of points to some areas. That's one of them right there. And it's just like like it's where the bookshelf doesn't come to a complete end. So there's like a little area where somebody can kind of like slunk and read. That's where she points at. Um, what books you like to read, Alistaria?
A lot of the books that I've read have to do with the school recently since I found out I had to become a student. Other than that, it's mostly just books that have like things to do with my family and my clan's past and how we came about and things like that. But then again, that's all we really had access to because we were the record keepers. So we only had the access to the books that we had written.
I think, let me tell you, you're in for a whole treat. And as you all walk into what you think is the majority of the library, you start to look up and it is just what feels like endless with like spirals of like books, just what feels like miles up. But you see a lot of bright light coming from the very top of the biblioplex where the light just pierced through the windows, and you just see people for what feels like endless rows just like checking out books. And you see some of the owlin kind of flying around, and just see endless automatons like scrolling like upwards on the shelves getting books for people. Just a lot of activity, because everybody started the tour, so everybody's like kind of like at a candy shop. It's kind of a marvel, the architecture is for the biblioplex. So very big area, and that's what y'all see. My favorite thing to do is this. Hello. And you just hear like the echo like about 2 or 3 times.
Ezekiel kind of winces. This is a library.
Alistaria like kind of covers her ears a little bit. Uh, uh, Being Owlin, we have very sensitive hearing, so and she like shakes a little bit, and her feathers kind of ruffle, and she like kind of shakes off. It's almost like when you hear like a feedback noise, like that high pitched, you know.
I'm so sorry about that, Alistaria. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, it's okay. Many people don't know how sensitive our hearing is and how much we can pick up on, I suppose. We're very naturally alert, I suppose.
She looks over at Shanister. Have you ever seen so many books before, Shanister?
No, most of the books we have are of just poisons and sacrifice.
Oh,
This
those
is
sound
nice.
fun.
Dina perks up. She's like, poisons, you say?
Indeed.
Well, I got a treat for you. Tomorrow, culinary
You
class.
have a poison.
For
Please.
Cusco?
You have a poison, pass it around, please.
she, she looks over at Shanister. Honey, they don't call me the soul steeper for nothing. And doesn't like that's just not something that she says to a lot of people. So now that you know that, she does make poison.
Thanistar's first friend.
Excuse me,
one
we
to
stared at
get
each
him.
other for like 2 seconds.
That's true. Shanistar's second friend.
Well, we got a lot to do today. I don't want to keep us here in the Biblioplex all day. Does anybody have any last questions about the library?
Is it open 24/7?
That's a good question. No. And then she explains. After dinner's over and everybody's escorted to the quarters for sleep, they shut the biblioplex down, and then the constructs watch over it and the outlet.
That's it?
That is it. So we normally eat dinner time close to the sunset, and as soon as it's dark, that's usually a good indicator that this place is close.
Taking mental note? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Phelan like
Gives a shit-eating
leans.
grin.
Phelan like leans toward him and like it's kind of a whisper, but not a good enough of a whisper. Are you thinking about sneaking in?
No, what gave you that idea?
Oh.
Same shit-eating grin to you.
She goes, oh, because I was thinking about it.
Meanwhile, Alistair is like, okay, so if the Owlin watch over this, then I wouldn't seem out of place if I came here after hours.
Look at that,
No,
a riot already.
If I heard them say that, I would like to make an insight check.
Yeah.
On who?
On
He's gonna
you
rat
and
us out.
Phelan. That's
He's
a
gonna rat us out.
that's a 15.
15.
Yes.
Okay. So your insight is to kind of pick up on what they're putting down.
Yeah, where she asked him like, "Are you thinking about sneaking in?" He goes, "No," and she's like, "Okay, but
He's
maybe
trying
we
to
should."
detect sarcasm.
Yeah, because I'm trying to detect. That's exactly it.
His inside
I
check
mean-
is
Mike,
sarcasm.
roll your
check. I love
sarcasm.
it.
So your insight is that you're kind of on high alert when you hear implications of that. So
Yeah.
you kind of go into defense mode about sneaking in.
I think it would not be a wise idea to sneak in here after hours.
Oh, well, what
Yeah.
if you just escorted us?
I do not believe that is in my protocol. Would that be like I'm sure Plarg probably instructed me like to
yeah,
not let anybody
maybe
go
not.
anywhere.
Maybe not yours, but not the other constructs.
Okay, so was I given instructions to like not let them leave or?
So I mean, your main instructions are to watch over the sleeping quarters when they're sleeping. Just like make sure nobody can kind of like break in at night into the
Well,
dorm.
you've done a
But
poor job.
Right.
your role is to not guard the biblioplex. There's other constructs that's their job.
Okay,
So
I got you.
they're yeah.
So I have a sense they would take care of that.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, you don't even think it's going to be a problem because you just assume that the other ones are going to take care of it.
Yeah, they'll do their job.
That's why we're at a
If-
magic school. Because we can cast invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be a bathroom break time before we go to the next area. Alrighty. So Dina escorts y'all out of the library. All right, Huns, we're gonna go to the Fire Jolt Cafe. We're gonna get us some breakfast, get a little energy in us, a little pep in the step, and y'all walk across the big old bridge from the Biblioplex.
All right.
I'll try not to overspeak. I'm just kind of taking these little
No,
I'll
you're
wait a
good.
couple pauses, and if anybody wants to talk. Dina mentions my favorite thing to eat here is the veggie plate, y'all. You wouldn't think just a plate of veggies would be good, but they do. Chef Guillaume does something special to them veggies, hun. And just talks about food.
Is that not cannibalism?
Nah, honey, not when you make the right veggies. Well, the eating kind. She talks about different zucchini and squash and plantains and tomato kind of and the likes, all in a big old bowl with some seasoning. She looks over at Ezekiel. Ezekiel, what's your favorite dish, hun? What's your favorite thing to eat?
I don't think the school has the budget, so.
Ooh, you like to eat in them high dollar places, huh?
Rather high dollar from home.
What's you're from Silk Meadow? A very nice area, right? Very nice.
It's all right.
Man, I envy you. I heard they got some really good cuts of fish and all kinds of options. I heard there's a place in Silk Meadow where they just cook it right in front of you in a big old pan while the fish is still alive. They just cook it up.
I mean,
Is that place still there?
it's kind of cruel, but what do you do when the fish tastes that good, right? Sucks to
It's at this
suck.
point.
Sucks to
Sucks. It's at this point y'all make it inside, and yep, pretty big. It's not all wood. It's a lot of brick and nice polished wood, and a lot of areas to sit at. Big wooden benches, and you start to notice some people kind of grabbing kind of like a portable kind of looks like a portable egg tortilla that's got packs a lot of protein, a lot of veggies. But they have a couple different options. They got a big old pyramid stacked of cups of coffee. This isn't the endless coffee. But you can take a cup, drink it, and then if you want more coffee, you can grab some more. Then you see this guy who's dishing out the food, and another picture for y'all.
Whee!
Alistair
Alright.
is definitely gonna grab coffee if she's open.
Oh, hey y'all, it's Master Guillaume. Hey, Master Guillaume.
That was his
Oh,
voice.
oui, Yeah. She goes, "Hey there, Master Guillaume." Oh, oui, oui. Hello.
Oh no!
Day.
Ooh,
The French troll.
I love him so much already.
Oh, I cannot wait for our culinary class, Master Guillaume. I'm very excited. Been looking forward to this. I can't wait to be your assistant, and you shall be the best assistant ever, Dina. I trust nobody other than you for culinary class. Yes. And he's just talking while dishing out grubs on a plate or dishing out little eggs. He's just very comfortable, dexterous with the food. And who's do we have here?
Greetings.
All right.
Just nobody's talking.
Yeah. Everybody's
Phelan's
still
just staring at the food.
That's a
that he's
lot of death.
Yeah.
He's staring at the spirits of the animals that are the food.
Thousands.
Do you have the empty stomach there, one? And he looks at Phelan.
Hmm. What did you put in this?
Oh, that's the secret ingredient. You'll learn all the secret ingredients.
I think
But
it's just
today,
paprika, isn't it?
oh, you knows the secret. You must not. That is for you and you to know only.
Oh. She like looks at the rest of the group. Well, pretend I didn't say that then.
Affirmative.
Ah, yes. Well, just be ready for your stomach to be full of good food in our culinary class. And he just starts handing out more food for people. And if y'all have any requests for food, he'll try to like accommodate.
Damn, I wish I could eat.
What was that, Robot?
It's the one thing he said that doesn't sound like Data. Like, just Shannon Star immediately like looks real quick and squints his eyes like,
I mean, I have the inability to eat.
Have you tried?
I have no mouth,
Hmm.
nor a
Could
stomach.
I have a spoonful of something?
Ah,
He
yes.
shoves it up his nose.
So he has this really nice looking like velvety soup that he's been making, and it has this nice steam and just the slightest amount of bubbles coming up from it. He takes one of the biggest spoons and just kind of like fills it up, and he just daintily hands it to Phelan. There you go, child.
Thank you. And she like sits on her tippy toes and she's trying to like shove it against his like face. Can you taste it or smell it?
Sadly, no.
Hmm.
It looks delicious.
It is delicious. And
Oh,
what
and I
is your
wanted to, I wanted to mention. So I don't think I've mentioned this before. Kadium doesn't have like a mouth or a nose. He has like the beak on his hawk head, but when he speaks, the eyes kind of like light up in sync with what he's saying. So like you can kind of tell when he's talking.
So his
Um,
eyes and his voice box are the same thing.
right. So the eyes like blink, whenever he's talking.
Mm,
quick, poke him in the eyes. It'll shut him up.
Hmm.
mm.
She like brings a spoon back to her mouth, which half of it is now just kind of on Kadim's face.
Yeah.
And then she eats it and goes, and then hands it back. It was paprika. I just guessed.
Guillaume takes his little hand towel that he has around his belt. He's like, "Let me get that for you, there, sir." And he like cleans the little spittle that's on Kadim.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome. And he goes, "Well, I have people to feed. Bon appetit." And he just kind of
Okay.
falls into the crowd.
What
does,
what
does anybody have
language
any?
was that?
What?
That
What
was troll.
language was that?
Uh,
Ah.
yeah, that was troll. It's very Neanderthal.
Yeah.
Mm.
They give up easily.
Interesting.
Did y'all have any other interactions you wanted to share with Guillaume or anything?
I was just gonna
No.
go down a list of like fancy foods and be like, "Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have
Do
this?"
you have caviar?
Yeah, you can list them off.
Hey, you there, chef?
Ah, yes. And what is your name?
I am Ezekiel. Just Ezekiel.
Ah, Ezekiel.
Do you? What kind of animals do you have on the menu for that lay eggs?
Oh, well, he leans in and is like, sometimes we take the eggs of many birds. The eggs are meant to be eaten and serve multiple purpose. Um, uh, the wings of a rock, the eggs of a feather, all's alike. And he talks about like the rock. I don't know if you know ROC, big old birds that are just like war birds. You ever had the omelet of a rock?
Yes,
didn't.
it's. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you got this.
No, she's just like, I did not know rocks could lay eggs.
Ah, because they can. And he has
I
like
knew
a
a rock once.
Mm.
It's not necessarily the ones that are very easy to obtain. It's the ones that you're not supposed to eat. You don't have ostrich?
Ah, the ostrich. That's hard to come by. I think the Buddy Fane, he's the one who was the ostrich every now and then.
Ostrich,
Mm.
quail. Do you
We got some quail eggs over there. We got
you
the cheek.
you don't charge extra for the quail?
The quail does come in small quantities, yes. But we just make do with what we have sometimes, yeah.
And you just do you charge per the meal or is there a food pass?
Oh no, we don't charge our students to eat. However, if they want to take up a job and help in the kitchen, they can do so for extra credit and a little extra of the currency, yes.
He looks over at the quail eggs and goes, I don't know where you're getting those from. Those are not quail eggs. If you're giving them for free, they are not quail.
So so yeah, it is in a smaller like batch compared to a lot of different eggs. It is kind of like the people who know what they are know that they're kind of a delicacy, and it's kind of one of the first to go, kind of like the deviled eggs at Thanksgiving. They're like, oh, that's the good stuff.
All right, well, I'll
Ah,
be in
so,
here when you have roast stack.
and you shall
It
be
sounds
the
like he's volunteering to help work.
That is the
Oh,
actually
you
opposite of what I'm doing. Who the fuck are you?
well, you gang looks like the very best gang I could ever ask for the culinary class, and I cannot wait to see you all bright and beautiful faces in the morning.
Morning.
Tomorrow?
Ah, yes, the morning. Tell them, Dina. Well, that's going to be our first class in the morning. Well, not necessarily the first thing in the morning. You're going to be able to wake up and get breakfast, but um, not only are we going to be meeting Mr. Guillaume at the Witherbloom campus, but we're going to be learning the importance of cooking and the magical effects of the cooking.
Alistair just kind of like sinks into herself, like, and what time? What time is that supposed to be? Because I'm not an early riser.
Well, you don't have to worry about that, Shug. Not certainly as early as sweet old Mavinda likes to wake up the owl, and that's not as early as we get up.
That didn't answer my question, but okay.
She just kind of laughs. She's like, "It's still early. Are we sorry, Shug. We just don't have any night classes around here.
Why not?
Well, there's no need for a night class.
You
Everybody's got to sleep. We don't have the staff to cover a double an overnight shift like that.
you have a whole race of students that are nocturnal, and you don't offer night classes.
That is a fair observation that y'all are making. Um, I mean, for all that you know, there should be adequate staff for night classes, but what you're all are gathering, there is absolutely nothing that goes on in that. There's no classes. There's not supposed to be anything. Everybody's supposed to be on that same schedule. So that is an observation that y'all pick up.
I'm going to pull a Shona Star.
Yeah.
So you all sit down with Dina. Y'all, however much food you decide, with the exception of Kadeem, just wishes he could eat. I'm sure.
Just staring.
What is this small cube? Shanzar's holding up like a cheese cube.
That's poison.
Oh shit, those are the. Oh, go ahead.
Poison.
Poison.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you feed this to people?
Build up a tolerance.
Ah. Just. That's good. He just like loads his plate full of cheese.
Oh, you're the
Oh,
new
no.
fucking Newsies.
I'm doing a throwback.
I do this for you.
This means you have to roll for Blake later in the campaign for him to shit a block of cheese.
Yeah.
What is that? Constitution.
It is constant.
Constipation.
Yeah, constipation check.
saving throw. That's gonna be a rough roll for you, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm a wizard.
Mhm. So Dina starts eating with you all, and she observes all the cheese that Shanister has on his plate.
It's like 7
Ah.
or 8 little cubes. He's never had cheese before.
Yeah. Honey, those things are good. They're too good to be true.
I was told they are poisons.
No, silly, those aren't poisons.
Hmm. Just slowly pushes the plate away.
Disappointment.
Phelan slowly reaches over as he's pushing the plate away, grabs the edge of it, and slowly pulls it toward himself.
Um,
I'm just standing like up against the chairs, like just like this, just watching the food.
Can you make your head do the spinny thing and look away?
I'll just spin it all the way around and then look at you.
Yeah, I'm going to move.
Alistair is like, oh, I can do that too, and flips her head 180 degrees.
Ah.
Faye like tries to turn her head, but it only goes a certain way, and then she's like, no, I don't think I can do that.
She just turns around in her chair.
We all have our limitations.
Just like you can't eat this cheese, and she like lifts a cube and tries to smash it against his face.
It just very, very lightly like reach over the table and grab a napkin and just.
Still nothing?
The whole campaign
Nothing.
is just going to be her trying to shove food in his face.
I will make you a real boy by the end of this.
Oh boy!
I'm surprised the help is allowed at the table.
Dina sticks up a little bit for Kadeem. Well, of course he is, Shanister. He's here. He's here just like you are to learn.
I was assigned not only to protect you, but also to learn at this university.
And who gave you that assignment?
That would be Plarg, the Dean of Chaos that you met earlier.
The Dean of what?
Plarg, the Dean of Chaos.
The way he says it, just the Dean of Chaos.
Did he ask you to say that, or is that his title?
That is his title.
I do not wish to meet this chaos.
You have already done so.
Janister just reaches for like some fish. He's like, not getting into this one.
He's so
He's gonna-
unentertained.
He's gonna. I have never played like the straight man character before. This is a whole new game for me. He has lived in a jungle all his life with sacrificing like giant snake people. He doesn't
I
know
like-
things.
I like to think that he's like Dora in the live action Dora movie.
Yes, I'll take that. He is gonna break off a little bit of the
Meow,
fish
meow.
to feed to his familiar. Boots.
Boots feed. It's canon now.
No
He
spider,
doesn't
no
even have
spider.
legs. Why do you call him boots? He's boot shaped.
He's booch.
So Dina finishes her meal. She didn't have very much. She's like, "Y'all, I am stuffed. Are y'all ready to continue the tour?"
Ready when you are, Dina.
If I'm
Alrighty.
ready.
Next stop, Silver Quill Campus.
Oh. Perks up.
And y'all leave, and y'all hear a very boisterous "Bon voyage" from Master Guillaume as he just continues, tirelessly, helping dish out food for people.
I
Does he
have
do
no idea what that means.
Does he do that to everybody when they leave, or just us? What happened?
Master Guillaume is a very friendly teacher. He's amazing. He does that to a lot of year one students.
What about year 2? Is he suddenly not our friend anymore?
Then he does not give a shit.
Oh, I like it. Picasso.
Oh my god.
So in the chat, I've already sent a picture of Silver Quill Campus as it preluded to Chanister's prologue. But do y'all need me to send it again, or can y'all see it?
I'm going looking for it, but if you want to send it again, save everyone time, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll send it again if y'all are getting tired of being sent pictures.
No, you're good, buddy.
Send all you
Here.
want with
Famous.
all
Here,
the
I'll pin it.
put names on it, text.
Okay, so I
Show
pinned
up
Silver
late.
Quill and Lorehold.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So Silver Quill Campus is going to be the first of the 5. Just as a heads up, there's going to be some campuses that there might be a bit more interaction with y'all tonight. Kind of gives you a little bit of context of what campuses y'all told me one-on-one that were more interesting to you. Just to kind of save this being until like 1 or 2 in the morning, we're not going to have a very large amount of interaction with each of the 5 campuses because there's 5 of them. But if you all want something to do in a certain campus that interests you, just let me know. And then we'll do more in that area before we move on.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Now it's just a heads up about Silver Quill. It's a very nice area, and they don't like you touching a lot of stuff.
Like what kind of stuff? Anything?
Everything. the paintings, the doors, their scrolls. They're very hands offy. I don't know what it is, but I'll never forget one of my classes at Silver Quill. I was just playing around, and gosh, this student just lashed out at me. Well, I apologized. And she opens the door for y'all to come in. Nice and cool. It's the lighting is very dim. It's kind of a gothic kind of interior. It's a lot of black marbling. Very nice stone inside. Almost immediately, y'all notice some paintings of murals of the current and former alumni at Strixhaven. Take a look at these paintings, y'all. And she just kind of looks at some of the biggest ones, and you see a former Owlin that was a Strixhaven teacher. You see groups of students that have won an award, and then you see probably the most eloquent one of them all is a picture that says Dean Ambrose. And this is a picture.
Didn't give my last name out, right?
Correct.
No.
No.
No, you have not.
Double checking.
Nope.
So I'm gonna be
Is-
beelining.
Ezekiel's like, shit.
Okay.
He's just the spitting fucking image of this painting.
That's what I was
Phelan's like-
gonna say. It's just a picture of him.
Is this fucking House on Haunted Hill or something?
Star's just gonna look at him, look at the painting. I guess all humans do look alike.
Oh.
You know, that's a little racist, but in the time being, I'll accept it.
I was about to say, Alistair is gonna be like, he kind of looks like that one over there.
Alistair is over there just going, maybe he's right, and all humans do look alike. And I never
Right.
noticed until right now.
Like it's not not racist if it's true.
Howdy.
So this picture is a very confident individual.
Your dad looks like a Final Fantasy character, dude.
That's my grandpappy that you don't know.
Your grandpappy looks like a Final Fantasy character, dude.
You know what?
There's a lot of warlocks at this school.
Yeah, there are.
What's the chef's a warlock? I have questions that need to be answered.
I'm sure they'll be
Elaborate
answered
heist,
in due
elaborate
time
heist,
with
elaborate heist.
captions. They'll be answered with
Yeah.
captions on the pictures.
Yes. So you see this picture. Damn it! I didn't realize how many warlocks there are. Right now, I can't unthink about it. It's a very beautiful picture. You can tell a lot of detail went into this. It's just a picture of somebody who you can tell is just like regal AF. And then at the bottom of the portrait, it says Master Ambrose, Lou Ambrose, Silver Quill. And then it shows his birth date. And then again next to it shows death date. So that's a big thing to note there when observing this painting. And it's hard not to see this because of how giant it's like a Mario 6 painting.
Is the plaque like able to be like? Is it like out displayed, or is it just like at the very bottom of the painting?
It's a very bottom painting. It is kind of like a gold kind of like plaque that's put into the wood of the frame.
Can I like run my hands across like the death date versus the rest of it and just see if there's like a distinct difference? Like if that was just slapped on.
Yeah, you can. I'm not gonna have you roll for it because you do notice the difference.
Ooh.
So the birth date was chiseled in, and the death date was inked on.
Oh.
Can I smudge the ink?
Yeah, you can smudge the ink.
I will.
Just like
Oh, so we can touch the Faye starts touching paintings.
Nina starts noticing what Ezekiel's doing, and Simon's like, "Hun, what I say about touching the painting?"
Oh no, I'm just making sure this one's right. See, it's much better now.
She notices that there's no death date on there. She looks and she goes, "That's odd." And then she she can see in her peripheral, Phelan's just like putting her hands on the actual like.
She's touching shit now.
Then she's just like hastily running fast, like Phelan, no, please, Phelan.
grabs her by the collar and
Oh, but he was doing it.
He wasn't supposed to.
That's a Tom response.
She,
Yeah.
she does the but it's very like,
You just hear like on the other side of the room, like, Phelan, please, Phelan.
She's a freaking toddler.
So Mike, that is a big detail. You that was very much not put on there like official. Something,
Presumed.
yeah, that was very much a presumed thing.
Oh, I'll just
Um,
kind of finish up with like as a presentation. I can do that. Okay, so I can't
To
clean.
clean
I
something?
can't clean. Yeah, no, that's thaumaturgy, right?
No, prestidigitation can clean
Yeah,
too.
prestidigitation can clean. Mhm.
Dude, prestidigitation can do
Oh, you're right.
everything.
You're right. So
I
I
have
will use.
harassed NPCs by cleaning things before with that.
Yeah, so I'll finish it up with a little prestidigitation, just kind of like. Oof.
now, as far as where the plaque is, it's much shinier now. You know, it's more prominent. You did a good job helping them clean that area. Something else happens though. Your prestidigitation kind of has like a branching effect onto the painting itself, and where you see
All the oil's gone. The paint disappeared.
melted.
It's just clean canvas.
There was actually quite a bit of dust that built up on the painting because, like Dina said, they don't want people to touch it. What happens? You just get a bunch of dust that builds up.
Mhm.
There's a piece of the painting that enough dust comes off of that you notice in the artwork that Embrus has the coin that you have in the painting. It's kind of near his waist. It's a detail that you notice, and it's quite clear that it's the one that has like the name engraved Embrus on there. But in the painting, it doesn't have any like etchings.
Oh, so like it's the coin, and it has like the big E for Ambrose, but it doesn't have anything
Yeah.
else on it.
Well, yeah. So it has all the details that you see on the coin.
Mhm.
So you make the connection that it more than likely is coin.
Or
Okay.
is it just more worn?
Wait,
Like
so
the coin that he has is like more roughed up.
Right. The one he has is more roughed up.
okay. Looking good. I'm gonna like just kind of stand back with my hands in my pockets, but the one that has the coin, it's just like death grip on
Phelan, please stop touching the painting.
it.
Okay. This
Alistair
time.
is just gonna kind of walk over and hook her arm into Phelan's and be like, come, just look, come on.
She like follows.
All right, y'all. I got a special treat for you. They opened up the Rose Stadium, for us, and she escorts you all down like a couple different stairs, and then the elevation of the campus like drops a little, just like a level, and there's kind of like this carpeting that is no longer marbling; it goes into carpet, and there's like a hallway that kind of goes into like a stadium. She's like, "All right, y'all, follow me."
As they're walking, Alistair is just gonna kind of lean over to Phelan and be like, listen, I know you were asking about deaths earlier, and I'm not quite sure why, but you have a thing with death. I understand, I get it. But I wanted to let you know because we keep a lot of records for the school. At least from what I understand, there have been over 8,300 deaths documented here since the opening. One of them being the gentleman that one over there just rubbed the death date off of the painting, so that's interesting. I don't exactly know what that was about, but yes. So 8,300 some odd deaths in the history of the school.
That is a very interesting thing to know. You're really knowledgeable.
We keep a lot of records and watch over the school, and like I said before, I didn't have much else to read other than stuff that we had kept record of the school. So yes.
Hmm. Well, thank you for letting me know. That's actually really useful knowledge. Though I wonder about the one that was in the painting.
Yeah, that's That's interesting for sure. I'm very curious. And she just kind of like pats her hand and keeps walking.
All right, y'all. Y'all's conversation about she hears very faintly. She just keeps hearing the word death, and it's like y'all keep talking about death. I don't know. All right, y'all. Here is the Rose Stadium, and Silver Quill campus has what's called the Rose Stadium. It is a just that. It's kind of like a sports stadium for people to duel. So this is where the dueling is, where you would enter, you would kind of like have a initiative with NPCs that are not like unexpected. These are ones that you can like arrange to have like um duels with and have them not just one on one but like in groups. Um this is where you all will also have other things later down the line in like year two and further where you have competitions with your summons. So you and your summons would also, if you have summons, whatever, um, it would kind of be like a bit of a sport, like entertainment, not necessarily like an actual like traditional sport, but mage dueling allows you to
Are we
test your
talking
magical
about
prowess.
chicken fighting?
Oh my god.
Cockfighting on campus.
Not cockfighting.
I was just thinking the fucking South Park episode.
Or the Simpsons where the monkeys with the knives are like going at each other.
Boots can hold a knife.
Essentially, a very a way to surveil the individuals who want to have those kind of like official duels on campus to not like a fight, but like have a test of prowess and ability that is viewed as entertainment and viewed as merit that goes in record for Strixhaven. So not like your tavern fight that you might have, like like you end up having a fight with somebody that's in the middle of campus or something. Like that's not going to be something that they keep track of. That's just not appropriate behavior. But this is what they consider appropriate because of its form and function. It also has a very giant engraving of a flower. The Rose Stadium is this black marbling that has this gold outline of a rose. Um, Again, just kind of how Strixhaven is very bougie. There's not quite as much of an echo in here, but boy, you should see the events that they host in here. And as you guys kind of walk into the center, you all are the only group in here. There's not like out of all the groups that are touring, they're throughout the other campuses and visiting other areas, but um, it's quiet. So they've got some of the lights on and very much part of the tour. But anything y'all want to do?
I'm just going to be looking around the stadium, looking for anything out of place, and just admiring the scenery.
There's nobody in the seats. You just notice that the engravement is very prominent on the floor, um, very ornate. Let's see here, and that's about it. It's just very nice. Um, Dina makes a gesture over to Kadim. Did Plark show you this area yet, Kadim?
I believe so. I'm not sure though. He gave me quite a thorough tour of the campus.
Well, I have a feeling that you're going to get to see a lot of cool places and see some areas that Clark didn't take you around. Do you find Silver Quill interesting, or is there any campus that you think interests you the most?
As of right now, I am partial to the campus that brought me back here, Lorehold.
Oh, I love Lorehold. Um, there's a teacher that is just one of the coolest teachers, Osgear. Osgear's so cool. The way that he duplicates weapons, you'll get to meet him too. He's really
He's snazzy.
he's snazzy. Clint, if you want to roll, give me a perception roll.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second. You said perception?
Yeah.
Damn, I got a good ass perception. Hello? Roll, bitch.
Hello?
Bruh. My
Yeah.
dice going in slow-mo.
Oh, that happened to Tom before.
I was about to say you're having the Thomas
Bruh,
effect.
it's like hell slow-mo.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Flashbacks.
When's the last time
There
you
it is.
started your computer?
21.
Yo. Alrighty, so Phelan, you begin to notice that the stadium is gradually filling with spirits who are in the stadium in the bleachers, almost as if they're filing in to watch an event, and they are just pouring in. So they're all finding their seats, and you notice this huge culmination of just kind of like the ethereal embodiment of people of all shapes and sizes finding their seats. And yeah, you notice that the dead are coming into the Rose Stadium.
She seems now more preoccupied with that than like it's almost like she forgot she's with a group, and she starts kind of wandering in the direction of the stands where a lot of them are congregating, and she's just kind of looking around.
I'll if I notice her walking off, I'm gonna go after her and say, Phelan, what is going on?
There's so many of them in here. It's been a while since I've seen so many in a congregation.
So many what?
Oh, the dead.
Can Alistaria hear that?
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you all want to. So right now, Right now it's Dina, Shanster, Ezekiel, and Alsteria in the center, and then you started. Phelan started wandering into one of the edges of the stadium, and then Kadim followed her.
Okay. I was
If-
just wondering because she does have like heightened hearing.
Okay, yeah, you'll hear that.
She just
Up-
kind of like turns and like her eyes kind of narrow a little bit, and she's like, "Huh." That's why she wanted to know. Okay. And she doesn't say anything. It's like a moment of
Mhm.
realization, like, oh.
Upon hearing her say, like, the spirits of the dead, I'd like to use my divine sense to detect good and evil.
Okay.
So it says I can open my awareness. I know the location of celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of me. Within the same radius, I can detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
Okay, so you want to
You
use that?
sense the painting that got desecrated by Ezekiel.
Yeah,
The shit out of that.
yeah. The ink
And all
got
the ones
smeared.
that now have Phelan's handprints.
Yeah, her handprint.
So
So I don't know if that gives me any info, but that's what it says it can do.
yeah, you start to pay a lot of attention to Shannister.
Oh,
Okay, so I'll just turn my head and turn my focus to him.
What?
he's just looking around.
Do you
I guess
need
I'll just
something?
I guess I'm just gonna look at him and I'll just make a note of that.
You vibe. You feel a vibe from Chanister.
I feel a
Um,
vibe.
your ability also very very faintly detects something under the Rose Stadium.
Hmm.
Extremely faint.
Okay, so like I get the sense it's pretty far underneath the stadium.
Very far. But then
Okay.
that feeling feels very close next to Chanister.
Hmm. Okay, noted.
Well, y'all, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Let's head on to the next campus.
Affirmative.
And she looks over at Phelan. Phelan, are you touching in something again?
Did something happen here?
Oh, why, yeah, Shug.
Mm, just curious.
And Alistair is gonna like, she sees dead people.
Oh, not that I can think of. If you're referring to the dead, maybe they thought that we're here for an event and they wanted to be entertained.
Did you not say this is where we can come kill other students?
I did. No, wait. Yeah, it
Oh.
is not to kill, Chancellor. It is used as a recreation.
She gets out like a spray bottle. No, no kill.
Yeah, bad.
Hmm.
All right. Come on now. So she kind of like rouse you all back to the front of Silver Quill and makes an announcement that y'all are going to go to Quandrix campus, which is not. All right, y'all, time to go to Quandrix, and Quandrix will keep very brief. Um, Quandrix is filled with very unusual geometric shapes and very interesting sorts of greens. It's one of the pictures y'all probably seen me post before. Um, it's like a very nice botanical oasis that students learn numeromancy. A lot of math heads that want to learn various
It is a
fractal.
math campus.
They damn it.
Alistair just tunes out when you start talking about numbers and math, and she's just like, no.
Yeah.
Now I know sometimes this part is like is boring parts of the tour, but we're gonna get through it all, okay? So it's kind of a historical, like kind of a snooze fest. So y'all get there. Very different environment, a lot of open area. A lot of students are doing something very interesting in the area that students that are at Quandrix campus they practice numeromancy. So you start seeing them create these polyhedral summonings of animals that are kind of like alternative summonings that they can kind of control the different shape and size of. So you see a student create a polyhedron of an elk, and then they kind of like pull a Tony Stark and kind of make it like larger and smaller. Um, and that's where you meet Professor Ruxa. And Professor Ruxa is here. Doodaloo, 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 doo. Curriculum chaos. There is Professor Ruxa. All right, y'all.
No.
I'd like to introduce y'all to Professor Ruxa. Hey, Professor Ruxa. Well, hello there, Dina.
I knew that was the voice you were gonna use.
My Winston voice.
Mr. Winston voice. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Well, hello there, Dina. And hello there, students. Professor Rex is going to be your all's anatomy teacher. Now, listen, anatomy, do not get intimidated. It is a lot more fun than you think.
That is a lie. First of all, I just got done with anatomy and physiology. I think it's bullshit that you're throwing me back into that.
It's not bullshit.
Yeah, that was out of context. You, Thomas Hawkins, is bullshit.
I'm just going to answer the voice of Rex. It's like, it's not.
He's like offended. No, it's not.
Well, hello there, everybody.
Greetings.
Hello.
You are the bear they warned me about.
Yes, yes, I am. He just like he kind of like conceal, don't feel.
Single tear.
Well, yes, I am. And what is your name?
Shannistar.
China Star. Oh, very nice to meet you. I think Fane told me about you a little bit.
Mm.
And who else do we have here? And Dina kind of just names everybody off. And Alistaria, Kadeem, Phelan, and Ezekiel. And he looks over at Ezekiel. Hello.
Hello, bear.
He's there.
His temperament kind of like winces again, like,
Are you not
yes, well,
bear?
and his hair starts to like kind of like raise up. He's like keeping it down. It's like, yes, oh my, for Pete's sake, I am a bear, but I am more than a bear.
You're a talking bear.
Ah.
I am a talking bear. Not something that you see very often, no, but I will be the teacher that shows you beyond the horizons of me, all things little and small.
You are a talking bear with glasses.
Yeah,
Do bears normally have bad vision?
I do. But no, not really. Most bears have pretty good vision.
Drive this man to quit.
Before day one.
There's just all of a sudden a substitute teacher on day 2.
Yeah.
You just find him in his office, like with a liquor bottle, like.
I have never known a bear to speak.
Or wear
Oh,
clothes.
Well, you see, I'm I'm something of a rarity. I was able to learn, speak, and uh, be able to teach from a magical anomaly. It's hard to explain, but Oracle Yajdi raised me, and I've been a student and a young sprout from the beginning here at Quandrix. It's my home.
Can I
Fascinating.
pet you?
Say again?
That's fascinating. Can I pet you?
Let me see here. Roll for persuasion.
Phelan's already reaching.
Oh shit.
She like
You're just
Hard
kind
to
of like
persuade the
grabs
bear.
her hand and she's
Get
just like,
19.
no.
19. If you must. And he holds out like his
if you
He holds out his
little-
hand. I'm gonna go for the ear.
Like scratch my hand
Good
there.
scritch. Good
Yeah.
scritch.
Really get
Hey.
in there.
Attack a
you
student.
start to
Send
hear,
me
like-
home.
you start to hear like the raw animal and like the bear and him like like he just like loses it.
Oh, he liked it.
Ezekiel, honey, please let go of
They said I
Rux's ears.
could. They told me.
And then she helps takes your hand off of the ears and pet she takes the opportunity to pet him she understands the
You take the chance to pet, see?
listen, I'm sorry, Rux. You're adorable.
That's not what he wants to hear.
Yeah.
Alistair
Bless
just
your
kind of looks
heart.
at him like, I understand being animal and sentience and I get it.
There's always the same every and he sits down as he follows you actually he doesn't sit down he shows y'all where his classroom is. He's like, follow me, I'll show you where my classroom is, and takes you all the little greenery area. And his classroom is pretty big. It's kind of like what you'd expect a traditional college classroom to be. One set of seating area and a stage for him to kind of teach, and you all funnel in and just kind of stand near the side where the door. He's like, welcome to my classroom.
Is he walking in front of us, leading us to the classroom?
Yeah,
Do
Do
on the
not
fly.
grab his tail.
Could I see his tail wiggling underneath his robes?
Most certainly can see it's a little bushy tail
I'm gonna nudge Deidre. See the tail? Look at the tail.
it's
Once again, she's just like,
he's Ezekiel. I know. Don't
Yeah?
just don't pet him.
Told
And
me
she
I could. You pet him too. We're in this together.
and she just sees the little poofy tail going back and forth do not do this.
Lord,
he's
goodness.
already a bad influence, even on the teachers. The senior students.
And then you hear Professor Rexa. So tell me, have you all ever seen frog? Have you any of y'all ever seen a frog before?
I've eaten frog.
I
You've eaten
think
frog?
so.
Very good.
Alistair is slightly annoyed. Of course, I've seen a frog.
How big have you seen a frog before, Alistaria?
I don't know. I watch them from the treetops. I don't typically get up close and personal to anything.
So small frogs. And then he goes to his desk, and there's a frog just kind of chilling with him, kind of like a not caged up or anything, just chilling with a little side area of water and food and stuff. And he grabs the frog and he goes, how about a frog this big? And he puts on the stadium, and just without any effort, you see his little bear claw begin to pass some druidic magic to enlarge the frog, and it's the size of a car.
Jesus.
What is a car?
Impressive.
The carriage.
Wow.
What would you say if I told you? Oh, sorry, I'm going Plarg. Sorry. Let me.
I'm going Plarg.
okay, buddy.
Winston, come back, Winston.
Careful, I'm going Plarg!
Stand back,
It's about-
everyone.
It's about the pitch. Hello, there we go. All right. Have you ever seen a frog this big before?
I want to ride it,
No.
into a battle.
I want to ride the teacher into battle.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's smart.
The frog. It's a big frog.
You're a talking bear.
Ezekiel's
That is
like,
quite
big
large.
frog talking bear.
This guy's gonna fucking quit.
It is quite
Between
large.
Between Ezekiel and Phelan, he's just
You,
This is why he drinks.
you see Roxa like leave after Kadeem saying that.
Keeps
Thank you,
blood.
Kadeem. Thank you. Somebody's acknowledging the frog. I'm a bear. And he just like takes a sit at his desk now that he's there. Well, I'm very excited to have you.
Don't lie, you're not excited to have that one. And she points to Ezekiel. You're not excited to have him in your class. We
I'm
all know
excited to
it.
be here.
Well, there's
I was
this
invited. Thank you.
this is part of the course. That's no problem. And while y'all are there, is there anything else that y'all want to do or say or look at while you're in Professor Rex's classroom?
I'm good.
I think we're good.
All right, y'all. Looks like we're heading to my favorite Witherbloom, and like she does like the little like clap,
Don Finklet.
the Dawn Fang clap, like Witherbloom. As you all leave, um, you the last person leaves the classroom. The frog uses its tongue to just like push the door closed, just like a plat, and the door closes. And so now you all start making your way towards a very very swampy
Making your way.
what making my way very swampy climate. It's almost as if it has its own different like ecosystem some way, like when you go into a greenhouse it has that kind of effect. Witherbloom campus, to Witherbloom students, is beautiful. It's a muddy swampy area where the trees actually have these really hypnotizing bulbs of light in them that are like kind of like a liquid neon that lights up the school. So it separates itself from the campuses by its topical features and just the way that its swampland is created. It perks up because you can tell this is her campus that she's made home for the past 4 years.
This is the one time in this entire tour that Alistair is like actually a little wide-eyed and interested and excited. And she kind of pokes at the little orb things and sees if it's filled with liquid and if it could pop.
Yeah, you feel like that it could give.
She pops it.
So
Oh.
when you pop it's like molasses. It oozes down the tree, and you get some on your hand, and it's bright. It doesn't hurt or anything. It's like syrup. Honey, I used to do that. Oh, go ahead. Like, sorry.
No, you're gonna say he just Shannon starts like this climate is most comfortable.
Honey, I could live here forever. When I tell you that I never want to leave Witherbloom, I never want to leave Witherbloom. But I know I need to. At least that's what I was here to learn. And she starts to kind of like you can see as she like looks at the swamp and looks at the trees, like it is just like her language is this area. And she almost seems like a set piece in Witherbloom. Much of Witherbloom emulates her, and much of her emulates Witherbloom. And she just tells you, she says, "I came here to learn how to take care of people and learn the medicinal ways of healing and knowing the difference between life and death. My ultimate goal is to go back to my people with that teaching and teach others and take care of my family and our village. At least that's what they want me to do."
Your people do not know about death.
Oh, they know too much about death, Shanister. It's the life they don't know about. Our village is doing well. That's why I was brought here. I was the one chosen to learn how to save a life.
Hmm. That is understandable.
I just wish I could, teach here. I wish I could be here, and that's my true passion. But
I
I know what
assume the bear will quit soon. You can take his position.
I can help.
Well, that's flattering of you. Quandrix is no home for me. Rux is really cool, but this is my home, and you can just start to see the area come to life. There is a very special creature actually that is home to Witherbloom, and it is the Croft.
I thought you were gonna say crawfish. I was like, what the fuck? That's a weird pun.
Ah,
but
yes.
okay.
The majestic crawfish.
It is a
See how it scrumbles along the mud.
so the creature is what's called a Groff, Groff, a Bayou Groff, and the picture is coming into chat now.
Oh,
Oh.
Now that I will preface,
Is
Oh,
it the bug or the thing eating the bug? I need clarification.
it is the doggy.
Okay.
It is the doggy. Now I will preface. The source book likes to show you pictures of people of creatures in like attack position. But these are sweet creatures. They they're either trying to feast or they're defending themselves if provoked. So you start to see these creatures emerge from the swamp. And they're very sweet. They're dog like, so they try to come up and they want pets.
well, that
I
one
would
pet.
pet the dog.
I will pet one. Yes.
Okay. So Shanster pets the
That's all I was looking at in that picture, Mike.
I did it. I did it.
Kalina, sorry. It's a habit.
I was about to say, trying to give Mike credit for.
I zoom in. I was
I forget
actually
it's Saturday.
I was trying to speed do it because I was like, Mike's gonna beat me to this shit.
so so
That's the face
Shanster
I would make if it came at me.
so Shanster pets a Groff. The Groff warms up to Shanster and just kind of leans into that affection and kind of rubs its muddy and like body on his leg, like very sweet like.
Kadim will come over and extend a hand out to it.
It just licks the ever loving shit out of your hand.
You don't have to do that to the help.
It's
I
just
have never
licking-
seen this sort of creature before.
It smells the soup that got on your chest, so it starts licking. It starts licking your hand, your arm, and all the way to your chest, and that's when it gets really happy. It starts like tasting the food that was there.
Well, someone certainly can enjoy the food.
See, it had a purpose.
What are these creatures?
Oh, these are the Groffs, Kadim. The Groffs are one of the kind of the watchdogs, no pun intended, of Witherbloom. They're the sweetest animals, but they also help keep off any unwanted guests. So they kind of share the same role that you do, but just for Witherbloom. This is their home, and sometimes they like to sit with us when we study, and you get to learn. You get to have a lesson one day about the Groff and its its ecosystem, what it does, what it eats, sleeps. You get to learn all. You get to have dogs while you're in class. It's the best thing in the world.
Interesting. Good Groff.
It's a little confused by like the intensity of the pet. It's just like
Yeah, he does not know his own strength. He's just kind of like,
it starts to dodge them eventually. It's like trying to dodge your pets, but Alistaria pets one, and it just starts to sniff the feathers. So you start feeling the little sniffles across the feathers, and then it starts to kind of lick you, and then just puts its head in your hand, and now you got that lovely swamp mud all over your arm. So he wanted you to have that. Phelan, you
Mhm.
notice a very tiny one emerge from the swamp, but it's a spirit one.
Oh, fuck! It's the bug.
She
Um,
immediately like crouches down to it. Oh, there, little one.
it tries to jump into your hands.
She like reaches her hands out to it, like they're like cupped. Oh, you're
Yeah.
just so tiny.
they're they kind of have like a lot of similarities, like a Saint Bernard, kind of like big voices, but this one's just kind of like a little like perf kind of noise, and then it just tries to like get a comfy position in your hands and tries to just take a rest.
Oh,
Yeah. Now she's just holding it, but you guys just see her sitting there, just with her hands out, and she's like making like cooing noises, like oh, so cute.
Is she
apparently Mike
close to?
doesn't like the feeling of
Bernard.
something being cute. The facial expression he's making is just like
No, it's the
cute. And I
Saint
don't
Bernard
like
reference. It made me say it.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
is she next to me with her hand just like
Yeah. So the one that you're petting, Mike.
I'm not petting one. I'm not fucking touching
Oh
these.
No,
you're.
I see
But y-
Phelan with her hand like
Yeah, you do see that.
I'm gonna go for the like low five. There you go. You're holding it out.
she like immediately, almost like weird ninja reflexes with her other hand, like grabs his wrist.
What?
You're gonna disturb its.
What, the low five?
No, the baby. She like lifts her hand a little.
I'll use mage hand to low five.
Oh my god! And because it's a ghost head, it squishes the dog.
That's Marvel
I'm
Snap
gonna
in
try and move
action.
my hand
That's
out of the
not
way.
true. It doesn't squish the dog.
So you try to move. You try to move out of the way.
Yeah, she's like tucking it closer to her.
I think we'll do like a little dexterity save
'Kay.
on that.
Rollies.
Rollies?
Let's
Are
see.
we just rolling decks? Or just D20s? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
I'll roll
Dex.
Dex. Ooh, we slow-moing again. Don't
So,
worry, I'll
Mike,
tell
you're
you in
trying
about 20 years.
Are you trying to knock the animal out of her
I can't see
hand?
the animal. It's a ghost animal.
He's
So
just trying to like.
I'm just trying to give her a low five, and she's freaking out about it.
Oh, okay.
So then
I
I
see
went
what
to
you're saying.
use mage hand to low five.
14.
So I get 14.
Hmm. So she
Um,
like speed pulls back.
yeah. So you kind of pull back. The dog gets a little like wobbly. You know, it is in a sense as it is a puppy, so it's not like the most confident on all fours. So it kind of like latches on.
Yeah, she's holding it to her chest now.
And your high five, it's like it's like an awkward low five. You kind of like catch like a fraction of the hand.
Huh. Okay. Well, good talk. Good team building exercise.
And then here's where y'all are going to have your culinary class, and she points to an outdoor like picnic where there's some cauldrons that are not filled yet, but they've got about a dozen different cauldrons, kind of like in an open area with tables for people to kind of like stand near and chop up ingredients and whatnot. She looks over at Shanister. Now, off the record, Shanister, we don't use poisons in culinary class. It's just no. But
It's just no.
there will be a time when we do talk poison, honey.
That sounds lovely. I'll be
Good,
sure not to poison the food.
good, good. Alrighty. Well, we better let these girls back to where they go, and we next up. We're gonna go at Prismari campus, y'all.
Okay.
Is there anything y'all want to do before you leave Witherbloom?
At the dog again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
So-
look at him. Oh, there, Groff, you got you a hot dog, buddy.
So at this point, the affection raises more attention to Groff's. You start to see a couple more emerge from the swampy water. And at this point, they're just all
Oh
over.
no.
Oh hell yeah! It's open season, baby.
He's got like 3 or 4 over there that are like at his waist, just kind of like looking at him and wanting affection. And now Shanister's covered in mud pretty much entirely from the waist down. These sweeties are just one of the one of many great things about Witherbloom. And she pets one of them one more time and gives like a little pet on the ear and like lets it go, and then they go back in the water and they do their little doggy paddle and head on back. All right, Prismari campus, and the next campus, Prismari. Haven't sent a picture yet. It's been a hot minute since a picture's been sent.
Showing that picture.
Right.
Prismari campus, the
Ooh.
campus of elementals, the campus of the theater arts. It's interesting. They want to have a theater campus, and it's really hard to sell that to be appealing. So they threw elementals in there, I think, to make it sound more appealing. But
Question.
yeah,
Sorry.
you're fine.
Would prestidigitation be strong enough to clean off like my wing, and then if I use it again on Shanastar to get the mud off of him?
I'll say yeah.
Okay, so I guess I would do that twice. Once on myself and then once on him.
Okay, and much like a way a dog like gets mud off him, you just see the mud kind of like off y'all.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That is appreciated.
You don't seem like the kind of person that would like to walk around all muddy all day, so
Not in the slightest.
Now tell me, y'all, do we have anybody who loves theater and arts?
oh yeah, I can appreciate art.
Oh, absolutely, honey. Let me tell you, the Prismari campus puts on extremely amazing spectacles. You're in for a treat, hon, when you hear the Prismari band perform. Uh, Not only do you get to hear an amazing show, but you get to see it. The way they perform their instruments and light up the sky with the reds and the blues, honey, it's amazing.
I'll bet the robot has a wonderful singing voice.
Oh,
I-
My
singing?
country too.
I can make an attempt, but I do not think that I know how to sing very well.
Do it. Do it now.
Can I make a performance check to see how well I sing?
I don't
Please
know,
do
can
it.
you?
All right.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you sing what feels like to you your heart out, but to us, it feels like it could use some work.
What's it sound
Yeah.
like?
How
know,
was that?
I think you got to give us a little something more to tell you how it is.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee, I sing.
A little bitchy, but you know, You got it. You go here. This is your
That was
your home
great.
now.
I will work on it. Back
Everyone
home,
has to start somewhere.
the civilization that I grew up with were very artistically talented.
Well, here you go. You get to live here.
It still doesn't feel quite like home.
Well, it is.
Well, honey, you're just in luck. We got one of the best singers I can think of. Looks like Aurora's in Prismari campus right now. Hey, Aurora. And I don't have I don't have a picture right now of Aurora. She's not going to be a big player, I'll say, but she's a year 4 as well for Prismari. She's for Prismari what Dina is for Witherbloom.
Okay.
Let's see here.
She doesn't need a picture. She just needs a really good voice. I want to hear
Yeah.
She sings
Damn it.
like Goofy, weirdly enough.
it.
Oh,
Later.
no. Let me see.
Like Mickey Mouse.
So Aurora comes over and she has like a stringed instrument like a violin on her side, and she gives Dina a warm welcome. She hugs her and says, "See, oh my gosh, I'm nervous now. I didn't have this voice prepared."
Part of the
Okay,
cards, buddy. You got this.
you ready? She hugs her and says, "Hello." Gives her a little like, "Hey," kind of like a Valley Girl.
Like vaudeville.
Aurora, are you singing and playing as usual? I imagine, girl, you know it. This is my year. This is my year to get that magma opus. Um, and then Dina explains y'all magma opus is a final exam to where they create an elemental incarnate, like their spirit animal, but in the form of like a musical performance. In her case, a violin. Let me roll a performance check and have her play a little something.
Oh yeah.
Little something.
I was
Alrighty.
just gonna say that. A little something.
I don't know what I want more, a nat 1 or a nat 20.
So I have a rando in curriculum that you all should be able to see the. Let me get to it.
Excuse me.
It is loading. Okay. View. Oh, I can't access. Okay. Hmm.
My money don't jiggle jiggle.
Oh.
Do you want me just to roll for something?
Yeah. If you don't mind rolling just a regular
A regular what? Sorry.
D20.
Yep. $16.
Okay. So she puts up the fiddle, she starts to play, and you just start hearing her singing. And it sounds very different. She's like, I will soothe pain. I will ease the strain. And then you start to see sparks coming off the violin every time it crosses it. And then every time she goes back and forth, it creates like this mist of like blue, and then the reds start to there start to be like little red particle effects that weave around the violin, and the blue is more of like a misty kind of aura. So you start to see some of the magic that she's able to like manifest just in that little bit with her violin. And she continues to sing, and yeah, for the record, that was that song that I can't think of now, Eyes on Fire.
It's
And
very
then you
good.
see You hear Dina like clapping, like, "Oh, girl, you're gonna do so good."
Do you do parties?
Yeah, like all the time.
Oh,
You can totally see me at the Fire Drill Cafe all the time.
I'll give you my card.
Come on down anytime. And she kind of like bows you away, and you know, this is more like a an observation of just kind of like the entrance. So the the pillars that are outside are also very similar to the ones on the inside of the structure. Very wavy, very flowy, kind of like architecture, almost like it was casted like obsidian, like in the moment, like very wavy, that kind of solidified. And um, again, it has its own theater, much like the Rose Stadium, but this one is meant for musical entertainment, large stadium. They kind of show you that. Again, it's empty. Um, but you see instruments that are like prepared for everybody that play in the middle of the stadium. And it's a pretty large stadium, pretty tall. A lot of velvety red and velvety blues, like that. That's their campus colors are red and blue. Well, hun, well, Shugs, and y'all have any questions about Prismari?
Do we have any required courses on this campus this year?
No, no, not this year. No. Although we to see the band perform. We will not be doing any type of elemental classes this year. Although I think that is year two. So you don't need to know an instrument now, but if anything, you might just get to learn how to defend yourself against elementals. Or if you do want to learn an instrument, then that's a class for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That is a good question, Alice. All right, y'all, head this way. We are almost finished. Time for Lorehold, Kadeem.
Wonderful.
Kadeem practically sleeps and lives at Lorehold now, huh?
This is correct.
So y'all make it to Lorehold. Again, very tall, very long bridge, no rails. You see Dina kind of lock up again, like last time in the center. Like, don't look down, hun. Don't look down. She's just kind of telling herself this.
Alistair is doing the same thing, dancing on the edge, little wings out.
Um, not long after you get there, you see Plarg and Hoffrey trying to reconstruct some contracts that were broken. Surely we can find the arm for this one, Hoffrey. His arm's got to be somewhere. I'll look again, sir. And then you see Dina walk up, and she sees Plarg. Hi, Plarg. You got a second? Who's there? Is that Dina? Yeah, yes, it is. Oh, come on up. I see you've got Kadeem.
Hello. It is great to see you again, Plark.
Oh, it's great to see you too. Tell me, how's the tour been for you?
It has been wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Good, good, good. He looks behind you. There's the arm, and he finds the arm that he was referring to for Hoffrey. Hoffrey, here's the arm. Hoffrey looks at it very closely. I don't think this is his arm. And you just see a construct that is almost put together, but its arm is just fallen, and they can't find it. And Hoffrey shows him. He says, "Sir, look, it doesn't fit." And it's like a puzzle piece. It just doesn't. It's not going to go. Hoffrey's like, "Damn, I could have swore that was the arm." Well, we'll find it. Well, students, I suppose I should tell you all about the mythology class that you'll have this year. That will be your third class. Tell me, does anybody have any interest in mythology?
I do.
That
I wish to learn more about the past and the memories that I have forgotten from my time defending my people.
absolutely. Tell me, does anybody have any interest in wars? The history of our fights, our battles.
I do.
He starts to notice that you're the only one.
Yeah,
Hey,
Shannon Star is away from this guy because he's already said he does not want to do anything with a chaos guy. He's just like in the back of the group, just
Faye's like, I like certain aspects of wars.
Oh, you do?
Mm.
Well, we're going to get to know not only the history, but you're going to be able to commune with constructs, much like Kadim. Constructs from different histories. Um, Sometimes the next spectacular Lorehold teacher is just an excavation away, right?
That's correct.
Oh, sure.
What were you saying, Mike?
Isn't mythology fake? Like not real, not proven.
Oh, but that's the thing. We study the stories that are long forgotten, that are myths for one, for us. So the myths that we talk about, I guess you could say, are confirmed, not busted.
The school pays you to read fairy tales.
Oh, but they are no fairy tales. And he points over to the kind of like a pantheon of just greats.
Are they real
Professor,
people?
they are constructs that are not turned on, but they are adorned to be highly regarded. And he just kind of lists them off. Master Omozawa, a myth to some, but a reality to us. Master Warner, a tremendous hero, but not a myth. Master Ochi, no myth. All reality, my good boy.
Like those are all their bodies? They were robots?
No, they represent the being they once were. They are the catalyst of the teacher of a body that is no longer with us. They are a statue of their remembrance, and that statue l- serves to be a shell for them to be able to walk and to interact, to feel.
How do we know that's true if you're telling us to study mythology?
Well, all in good time. You will the true meaning behind the myth of the mythology.
Yes, I am
Your-
living proof.
Your stories, their stories, all of it made up. Mythology.
Oh, it's not made up, believe me.
You were created, so was your memories.
Stare off into space.
Like existential crisis.
What is Kadim but pawn in game of life?
Phelan also stares off into space.
No, not you, dear child. You are flesh.
Oh, I am?
I don't.
Hmm.
Hoffrey takes a much needed break from his tasks. I'll show y'all where the studies are, and then he continues the tour to show you where the essentially the classroom is, which is an outdoor area, kind of like an outdoor theater. Not necessarily like a gladiator ring, but like a very miniature version where the teacher's in the middle and kind of like little like clay steps are made. But he's followed this way.
Bless you.
Blake, you sneezed so
Yeah.
hard you fucking disappeared.
You flatlined.
I can understand your confusion. What's your name? He's pointing at Mike's character.
Is Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Blog is not very clear on things. These are true stories. The mythology comes from the the fact that they are not always believed to be true, but these are things that we uncover that have been lost. Does that clear up a little bit for you?
Why don't you just call it history class? If you call it mythology, I don't want to attend. I will attend history. I will not attend mythology.
Fair point, young lad. And he just acknowledges, that Plarg's wording of mythology, it may not be politically correct, but to his mindset is that because it's a mythology for one, that it's not for others because they're uncovering what was thought to be a myth.
And the Holocaust didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
Myth for some.
so it's essentially kind of barren. It's very interesting the way that this school manages to just isolate different topical climates like it does. But this is a very arid desert area, not a dessert. I'm sorry, sweets.
Damn it.
Oh.
Pillowy
But-
mounds of whipped cream.
It's the cloudy with the chance of meatballs. Fucking dorm.
Just a big ass fucking hot fudge cake. So you see rocks that are just like crushed up. You see constructs and weapons that are ordained and laid out and in fashion to be taught, and what looks like different areas for different Lorehold students. Hoffrey is showing you the area that he and Plarg teach the various parts of history, and yeah, that's it's a nice little outdoor area. It's the Lorehold campus is mostly just like canopied. There are some indoor quarters, but they are not the indoor type of people. They love to get outdoors and excavate.
It all
Anybody-
reminds me of home. Does
anybody have any questions for old Hallfrey here? He just thinks he's a big deal, but maybe he's not.
Why don't you just call it archaeology?
Well, that's
We're
a
gonna
good
make
question.
another teacher quit.
Unless you're making that up too.
Well, we do have our archaeology team that do go on excavations. Are you interested in excavating?
No.
Oh, it's fun stuff. You never know. Maybe you'll like it.
How much actual proof do you have of the things you teach?
Oh well, what we do is we study very intensely the beings that we awaken in statues. It's very much a spiritual connection. We're pretty much just relying on the individual that we wake up to tell us about their life and tell us about their ways, and then they teach everybody as well.
And you just
So you
take them at
kidnap
face
them.
value? Shit.
We most certainly do.
We
Bernie
roll really
established
good
it.
insight checks around here.
Yeah.
So you
So the-
kidnap them and bring them here.
We yeah.
All of this is just throwing Kadim into more of like a crisis.
Yeah.
A lot of substitute teachers today on our first day.
Mhm.
Well, we don't necessarily think that they necessarily wanted to stay there. The idea is that they are glad to be given a second life.
Yes, I wasn't doing anything.
I had spare time.
Spare time and spare parts.
You could have been learning how to eat.
Alas.
Oh man.
Who's to say they're not imprinting these memories and just lying about everything, and y'all are just wasting all your time. I'm not trying to make you think that you're throwing away your entire life studies, but you might be.
Well, Ezekiel, you're a very bright boy. I appreciate your questions and inquisitions, but I have an answer for you on that.
Uh-huh.
That is how history is learned. Beyond the book, we try to learn from the person who lived there, who experienced it. The spirits that are in tune with the constructs, they lived a life far beyond ours. It's so important to get as much knowledge from them about the past as possible.
First-hand experience is always the most accountable.
And who implanted that first-hand experience on you?
It was not implanted. I have my own thoughts.
Do you?
Right.
I do.
What are you
I
thinking
just
right
imagine-
now?
I don't know. Can you read my mind?
Yeah,
Oh.
hold on.
I can.
No, I cannot. I have encode thoughts. I can
Ah.
protect my mind, but I cannot read yours.
I can
Yeah.
heat metal.
I have heat metal.
You can make my
Show
head
me
hot.
potato salad.
No, I can't read your thoughts, but you know what? It's good enough for you to ask me to that you can't think of anything on your own. So.
I am thinking
Um,
about how much I am looking forward to taking mythology class.
And learn
That's
more about
because
the
you're programmed.
Murderized. Program too.
It's at this point that Dina interjects and lets you know. Man, I don't know about y'all, but I'm exhausted. We are almost done with the tour, y'all.
Wonderful.
Did y'all have anything else you wanted to do or interact with here at the Lorehold campus?
No, we will make a teacher quit.
I don't want to play make believe anymore. Can I go back to my room?
We're gonna do year 2, and there's just gonna be a whole new staff.
Yeah. Hoffrey, I look forward to taking class tomorrow.
We look forward to having you there. And he, because of his stature, instead of patting you on his back, he pats you as close as he can, like.
On the ass. About as high as you can reach. All right, time to shower off.
So that's the final part of the tour. You all are given all the campuses, the main areas, the library, the eatery. So in conclusion, you all meet back at the kind of like the main area, and you're about to be shown where the living quarters are, the Beau's Inn quarters. So you all walk back, and you notice everybody's starting to kind of finish as well. The eating's starting to kind of wane, and before you know it, it's time for the dinner, and then after dinner, you all return back to your quarters for the nights. Because it's getting late, we'll just kind of skim through the dinner part. For this first night, I'm sure there is a degree of potential sleuthing y'all might want to think of. We might start that in the next session if you want, but just to kind of let y'all know something really important. As you all start to kind of come to your quarters, Alistaria and Phelan, their quarters are on one part of the hallway, and then you have Shanistar and Ezekiel on the other side of the hallway. So they're kind of like roommates. So kind of your traditional like college movie when you think of like a guy and another guy. So, so you'll that's
Roomies.
and then you got Kadeem just watching the
Standing
hall,
awkwardly in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
and his physique is just kind of like still. Like his assignment is to just monitor but not do anything unless he sees a clear and present danger.
He has crumbs because the entire food time Phelan tried to feed him again.
The
For
truth is
dinner
gonna be
time,
more-
she's like, hold the spoon up to his beak. Come on.
Um,
Let me
Shannon-
do it for you.
Shanister.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Is it Shanistar?
Shannistar.
Shanistar. So Shanistar. As you so just to make sure I understand, so much like a lot of people, this is common for you to start kind of sleep during this time. Is that right?
We're mostly nocturnal creatures.
Okay, mostly nocturnal. So
Someone
Um,
else is gonna think this sucks.
so you're trying to fall asleep, kind of
It's
restless.
yeah, it's not easy.
Okay. Ezekiel is starting to kind of fall into a lull of sleep. Um, roll me a perception.
18.
18. So you pick up a very familiar voice. This voice is coming through the hallway, and it says, "I think he's in here. I think we have finally caught up to our Shanistar." And you start to see two figures um, slink into the room, and these figures have the same glowing eyes as you, same familiar um, shape, and you start to realize that they came from your village.
Oh,
And as they start to make their way to you, that is where we're going to end the night.
Oh.
Ooh.
Pulling a blank with that one.
How did they get past me?
Get good, man.
We will have to find that out
Jeez.
next week.
Like
Okay.
cheese.
One of the crumbs was in your eye socket.
Yeah.
Or maybe they didn't, but you didn't think they were in clear and present danger, so you didn't do anything.
I don't know.
We
He's
are the
racist. He thought it was just Shanistar.
oh,
They all look alike.
he just saw
They
that
all
there's
look
two of
the
them, and he's
same.
like, "Oh, he butted."
Yeah.
cool deal. Now, I would. So we are doing milestone leveling up. So not going to level up tonight, but we'll see where this goes next week. First thing.
Yeah.
Sounds
Woot woot.
good.